Welcome back to the Windy River Open 2022 at Columbia Park in Kennewick, Washington, presented by Innova Disc Golf. Video coverage provided by FAIRWAYMEDIA. Tournament Director is Justin Guilliam. The Assistant Tournament Director is Scott Sain. I am Jeremy Sauve, commenting today for you, joined by Daniel Pfaff. Welcome.
Yeah, it should be a fun round. Good group of guys. I barely snuck on to the lead card to the second round, so pretty excited about that.
Congratulations, man.
Thanks. Brian in the lead by 3 over Nick and Ryan. Hole 1, par 3, 393 feet. You want to navigate through this center tunnel, or you can lay up and try to go over the top. Some people played this short basket that was shown there, but the actual basket is back down that little tunnel.
Here's our leader at 9 down.
Looks to have landed about the exact spot he was for the first round. Should give him a nice little window to try to chip an upshot through. Nick putting out a nice forehand as well. I believe he pushed right about short basket on that shot.
Nick is from Caldwell, Idaho. He's 980 rated.
Well done. Good to see him on the lead card.
And Ryan Manning hails from Pendleton, Oregon. Who's this good-looking guy?
Well, anyways.
Looks like he pushed it a little long right. It might be kind of tight back there.
Yes. I tried to play it taken over the top, and it did not go over the top. Went straight into the front of them. So.
And then Ryan almost got all the way up and over the top of the trees from way back there. He's got a chance to save his par.
Brian with a beautiful forehand approach there. And there's me laying down in a bush of Russian olives.
Did you actually have to lay all the way down for this shot?
No, I was on a couple knees in a hand.
It's very tough back there. Nick looks like he's got a pretty good window to putt through. See what he can do with it.
He looks to be lining us up for a run. Ooh, right on line. Tough scramble from in there.
A 4 from back in there is not really too much to get mad about. That's, just a little off on the drive, but it's first hole. Get it out of the way. No harm, no foul.
It's a risk reward play for sure. Chance at a 2, but a good chance at a bogey if you have it too low, as demonstrated. Great cleanup by Brian there.
Let's see. Hole 1 played half a stroke over par, and we only saw one birdie the entire tournament. And that was in the second round by Brent Rayburn. I believe he's from the Portland area.
Work. Good
well
work,
done,
Brent.
dude. That's an impressive 2 to get. Props.
That's big time. I wonder if he had a good putt at it or if he's throwing.
I'm not sure. Hole 2, par 3, 327. We got a Mando left, middle of the fairway, and we got a road on the right. Does wrap around long, but you really got to push it long to find it that way. As long as you clear your Mando, you're good to go. Pretty much have a chance for a putt.
Brian lining up the same shot he did in round 1 with that rock. Whoa, tucked it pretty tight, but it clears to very, very nice spot.
Conditions today were much nicer than they were round 1. As you can see, fairly blue skies, and I think the wind was pretty calm today.
Yeah, I think it blew maybe up to like 7-8 miles per hour later, but at this point it is just about dead calm.
That's almost unheard of in this area, but I'm glad you guys got that good weather. Ryan seems like he's pushed his a little long left, but as you can see, he's still got a clear view at the basket. Nice shot from yourself.
Ooh.
Did that hit the lock at the bottom?
It did.
Sweet.
Pinned it. Just a little low. I was quite concerned for skipping out of bounds if it did not hit anything, but fortunate to stick right there.
I would say your aiming point was very good on that one, sir.
Thank you. Nice putt there by Brian. Right about
Good
20
birdie.
feet.
Good birdie to pick up early in the round.
Oh, yes.
It's a good putt from Nick. And a great birdie from yourself.
Thank you. It was nice to get that bogey back.
It's a good average for the group, 3 of 4.
Hole 3, par 3, 300 feet. Got to navigate through this double Mando here. Flip it up straight, and then check up. There's a little bit of a obstruction there on the left side, you can see, making a putt difficult if you hyzer out too much.
You got to see Brian hit the cage in round 1. Great shot
See
from
if he
him
can-
first round.
Just got to check up there. It's a cool angle of it.
Oh yeah, finds himself right at circle's edge. Looking at another bird. Ooh. Nick got a little carry on that flex shot. I think he put himself a deep side of circle 2 on that one.
Sure did.
What are you throwing here?
That's a Cax Z. It's a little beat in, so it stands up really nicely. Thought that had a chance of going in for a bit.
It looked really nice.
Oh, Ryan catches that right Mando tree. Fortunate to bounce left though, open up that angle.
Looked like he might have been giving that thing a run to try to put it in.
Yeah, it's tough. Pushed a little long for him. Should have, I think, just a little bit outside circle bid at it. Yeah, just outside. Probably 35 footer.
What a great knockdown.
Yeah, it's a beauty.
Good par save, Ryan. Well earned. Ooh. Great putt from you as well.
Thank you. Felt nice.
Is he inside the circle on this?
It's tough to tell. I think he might be right on the fringe. Probably just inside. That was beautiful putt. Smooth par cleanup for Nick.
Hole 4, par 3, 279 feet. It's an island hole. Want to make it in the first shot. The long island is safe. If you don't, you go to the first drop zone, just in front of these trees. And if you miss it the second time, you go forward to a farther drop zone forward and play it from there. Ryan looks like he just missed the island. He's going to be at that first drop zone.
Ooh. Oh, off the logs.
Almost got in too.
I'll be joining Brian at that first drop zone.
I'm assuming you went with the Cax again there?
I did, yes. I expected it to maybe stand up a little bit more, but who knows? This is a touchy shot. It seems like it should be easier right up until you release it.
I totally understand what you mean. The nerves do
Ryan,
come into play.
Very nicely done by Ryan. I believe that was with even a pig or something along those lines.
Good shot. Especially with a slow disc like that.
Oh,
Ryan
that's how.
Skip off of the birthday cake.
Oh, yes. That is unfortunate. Thanks.
You got a little bit long skip as well.
I did. There was a
Back to the island. No, I was just throwing that out in case that, I don't know, in case
it's in, right? I think it's in.
There was a short debate about whether this was a full-size island or a sawed-off island, and
this constitutes the whole line. If you're on top of this, you're not in.
Ultimately, the entire island was in, so it was decided that way. But we had a short discussion about it here.
When in doubt, you always have the discussion, and if you ever have any indiscrepancies in the choices made, then you always call it provisional and play it out both ways. So you guys just figured it out before you had to take it that far. That's the easiest way to mitigate the situation.
We did, however, take a provisional because a couple people in the card thought it was not played that way. So we did also play a provisional, but we found out by the end of the hole or even the next hole that the entire island was in. So provisional was irrelevant, but still, always play a provisional is a good rule of thumb.
Hey, there's Marty Cook on the screen, everybody.
Yep.
Honorable mention.
So.
You can provisionalize if you want. I will. But I'll do a provisional as well. But as according to yesterday, the whole island was in, and that's how we played it. Cool.
So it looks like you guys did make up your choices, and you're safe back here.
Oh. That was a dangerous run. That barely bounced safe off of those railroad ties in the backside. Fortunate
for it. Gotcha.
Very.
Ooh, great putt from Brian Cook. Good
that is a
bogey
big time save. This is for my 5, I believe.
good confident comeback putt.
It's nice to knock that one down. Not take worse than a 5.
And this is a birdie attempt, I believe, from Nick.
Oh, crap.
Did he sit?
Yes, he did. He's well inside the island, I believe. They might both be a little bit towards the backside, but still within, I'd say 25, 28 feet here. And
Good
this hole
confident
actually
comeback
played
putt after he airballed the first ones. Well done on
Yes.
Ryan's part.
This hole actually came in as one of the harder holes on the day, I believe, at almost an entire stroke over par, with only
Wow.
4 birdies on the day. So this hole played quite tough, even though it was very calm.
It does seem to be a very even spread.
Get to hole 5, there's a man to the left of that first brush and olive trees. It's 803 feet. You want to land about where this drone is here, and then you can play your upshot from there. You can take a left side up to the original pin, or you can take that tunnel that was on the right side of this clump of trees. Try to take a more direct path you see off there to the right. It'll play about 100 to 130 feet back from that point, off to the left, tucked in among these brambly trees as well as bushes on the right. So very technical hole, and I believe it was a good move this year. I'm glad that they moved it to there.
I would agree with you. Looks look like it might be a little early. Hit the super short hole 5 basket.
He splashed straight through
Oh no way!
all the chains.
Oh man!
I forgot about that. Super fortunate that it moved out of the basket, actually, because it would be incredibly
Did it
hard
push
to
him outside
stand.
of that cage of trees as well?
It did, yes. It kicked all the way
Very
to the front side.
fortunate.
Yeah.
Very fortunate. Ryan trying to flex one way up there. Gets caught up
That
in the
was-
canopy, but falls in a favorable spot.
That was smashed.
You look to be trying to do the same, putting a smash down.
I'm trying a non-conventional route, but early released it. And it worked out
Looks
all
like
right.
it got in front of the cage of trees as well.
Yeah, it did kick out in front. So I had an open shot to try to play the same tunnel that Brian just did there.
So Brian made the change to go through the tunnel versus the hyzer play to the right side. I
Yes.
think
And
that'll
Nick,
benefit an extra stroke for him for sure.
Oh, most definitely. You could tell that Nick had pushed out after his chain out there, so he was in a fine position. Just looking for a high hyzer, trying to cut off that distance. And a little low release.
Ryan looks like he's just trying to get to the gap so he can approach from nice easy opening.
Very, very well played by Ryan there. Brian giving it a little bid as well.
It looked like he got all the way through.
Not quite enough. It was Took me a few seconds to find a stance in there. Ultimately, it didn't work out, but
I do have to give a shout out. There was an eagle today.
who's
By
that?
Cameron Sheehan.
Oh, well done,
Congratulations.
Cameron.
That's a
Big time eagle.
really good 3. Good attempt to get a birdie from that long putt from yours. Ryan makes good for birdie.
Nick, I believe, also to clean up his birdie.
Well done. Tap in your par.
Yeah, I couldn't figure this one out this weekend, but next time.
You can hear those guys talking in the background, talking about those old baskets. These baskets are, I want to say, probably pushing 15 years old or more.
Yes.
Very thankful to have the upgraded yellow band baskets. Hole 6, we got a par 4, 621 feet. You want to get past this initial first grouping of trees that we just spun next to. And you want to land in that open meadow. And your second shot, you want to most likely go up and over the trees and try to get to this basket. Some players may push their drive a little long and have to go under the trees for their second shot. Either is very doable. Most of these guys are probably going to take a wider shot out to the right. Nick seems to have found that first grouping of trees that you want to try to get over. Ryan had a little height under that, but he has made it to the open meadow. There's some options from that one.
Yeah, that's a fine placement. He should be able to pick what shot he wants to go from there.
Brian, I'm sure he's loving the power sidearm hyzer play here. His predominant shot is the left-handed sidearm, and he's very good at it.
It's very fun to watch him throw that shot.
You going for a hyzer flip with a little bit of flex in the middle of the flight?
I was looking to flip this over, but it started on a hyzer and finished on a hyzer, so it worked out just fine though.
Did you have to worry about that Mando tree down there to the left at all?
I was very close to it, but I fortunately was just short.
Great creativity. Throwing down this sidearm roller to get through.
Yeah, I just curled a little early. But wonderful shot shape to it.
Maybe kind of soft bid at the birdie, but you know, par is definitely way savable for him at that point.
No doubt.
Mm-hmm.
That Mando tree's about 6 feet to my left there.
Okay.
Still a little short on that approach, but should give me at least a putt at it.
Ryan looks a little obstructed with his lie, but still able to go up and over with the sidearm.
Oh, what a beauty.
Seems to give himself a 5-footer for a nice easy birdie.
I'm not sure actually where Ryan was from that shot. Was he off to the left of where Nick is right now?
I think he was, yeah.
That's a tough position to get into.
Well done from you. Good putt for a birdie.
Wouldn't felt good. Ryan from deep in the bushes.
It's not an easy spot to be.
What a
Wow.
putt.
Well done.
Yes,
That
sir.
is huge.
Oh, that's that construction eye, man. I've seen it. You're like 44 and a half.
The overall vibes in the card were wonderful this day. They were really well. Really, really good. Really fun card to play with.
Love to have that feeling when everybody just meshes.
Yeah, no doubt. Hole 7, par 3, plays up. Scarred a little bit there, but needed to stand up through the gap initially and then hyzer at the end. At 340 feet, most people have a flip hyzer that can go about that distance.
This hole does play tricky, though. It is slightly elevated from the tee pad.
Yes,
It's
and
more of an optical illusion if you haven't played here before.
this is true. With that low ceiling, it definitely looks more so than it actually is.
Good looking shot there. Right under the basket.
Very nice.
Slides within 10 feet.
Looking to flip this one up straight, it looks like, by Ryan. That looks perfect. Just slides up into the bullseye there.
Circle edge putt for the birdie here from you.
Yeah, right at 32 feet, I'd say.
Knocked it down. Good catch by that basket.
Don't say it. Yes, I did hit quite a bit right side. Who knows on the 20-year-old baskets if that'll stay or not.
Right. Yeah, these baskets, the yellow bands, I think they're around that 8 year range. They're definitely a lot more appreciated than some of those old mock baskets that are used and abused.
Yeah. Just off the top for Brian there. Nick in for his easy birdie.
Looks like Brian will be taking the solo par on hole 7. Nothing wrong with a par, but he's looking to match the card there, guaranteed.
Yes, definitely.
Hole 8, par 3, 340 feet. We're playing an hourglass OB, so the first quadrant where the tee pad's inbound is inbounds, and the basket is inbounds. There's 2 quadrants of grass to the left and to the right, and those will be out of bounds. Any OB tee shot goes to a drop zone, so you're just looking to clear these trees and get yourself a birdie look. Very treacherous by the green. There's a creek that's OB, and it can get really fast if you slide down behind the basket.
Yes.
This hole's playing at .43 over par. A fairly difficult hole for the field today.
Yeah, just the amount of OB, really. You gotta just decide what you want to do and trust it.
Ryan looks like he's got it wide enough, but he's pushing the height there. It might have been just a little low. We'll see if he made it through. And what a shot lined up out of Brian. Ooh.
Oh, bad roll.
Still looking at it, but yeah, that roll was a little unfortunate.
Yeah, he looked to have been about 7 feet to then roll that far, but
So it does seem like Ryan was out of bounds because he was at the drop zone for that last shot.
good observation there, Jeremy. Oh, that's fortunate.
As you can see from that footage of that disc, it's slick and muddy, and it can easily roll into the water past that line.
Do those willows look lower to you today than they did yesterday?
I mean, they do grow every day, so you're not wrong. I mean, the gap definitely is lower. Yeah, for sure.
So, totally got me. Oh,
Brian seems to have caught that canopy just a little bit too.
yeah. It's amazing what one day could do. Nick from down below to save his par. Good stroke.
Unfortunate that he was OB off the tee, but it was a good up and down from the drop zone for Ryan.
Yes, I would agree. Hole 9, par 3, 249 feet. Playing from that short tee pad there. It's a double mando to the left of that first tree and to the right of the second tree. Plays a tricky offset gap that you want to turn over a backhand through or throw a standing forehand. I was trying to play the skip shot. In practice, I kept skipping like an anti-skip straight at the basket, but
Seems like you put yourself just at the circle's edge to chance for the birdie.
yeah. Nick with the traditional backhand turnover play.
Looks like
That
a
looks
soft,
really
maybe
nice.
Firebird flex for Brian there.
Yeah, it looks like it might even be of the Sexton variety.
It's a good touch out of him.
Great control. I think I missed something.
Oh, Ryan, I think, hit that canopy right at the apex of his shot, and it hit him straight down.
Thank you for the clarification.
Just a skosh high for Nick for the birdie.
A little too much power on that one.
You were walking that in like you thought it was good, too. That was good commitment. You
I was
wanted
asking a lot of it to hang on that lower right side.
But Brian will make a good birdie there.
We're gonna
Stretching that
say
lead out one more.
no doubt. We're gonna say that was camera angle that made it look so much closer.
Well, that's it for the front nine. We'll catch you guys in the middle section here in a little while. Thanks for tuning in. Like and subscribe.
Thanks everybody for watching.
Sweet. No, just going through it at the same time. Sweet. It was hard to see the disc fall, but I think the disc just like project out straight down.
Yeah, maybe you can just cut out my confused audio. Or not. It doesn't matter. You can definitely leave it. It's fine.